Radiant team ban. Evil geniuses turn to ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Evil geniuses turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds
Evil
remaining.
geniuses turn to...
Spirit Breaker.
It's time to start living evil, because I think that they've been a little too good recently, and they've just been handing out the wins to other teams. I think it's starting to taking the dreams away from this Simply
10
TooBased
seconds
crew.
remaining.
It's Evil Geniuses versus Simply TooBased.
Evil
Game
geniuses
number 1
Radiant.
on NA Division 1 action.
Ring, ring.
Ring, oh my god.
I'm just getting you warmed up. I'm just getting you warmed up.
Bring, bring.
How many are we going to see in the draft alone?
Oh, there's one already. Bring, bring. It's the draft police, perhaps? It's the draft police. Let's go.
Oh,
10
All right.
seconds remaining.
EG, they're not messing around.
No, they are
I
not.
don't even see the bans. I see Shadow
5
Demon
seconds
Luna opener.
remaining.
I'm like, these boys came here to play. And also Shadow Demon against Spirit Breaker. For those who are tuning in, it feels like it's the counter to the Spirit Breaker where you just use your ulti on him and he's not moving. He's trying to charge you, but he's constantly getting dispelled and slowed, and then you can run away from it and focus him down.
Yeah, I mean, it's a classic cow counter, right? The demon. So I think that's somewhere in mythology. But we saw Undying play this opener, Shadow Demon Luna. So EG's taking a page out of their book.
Clearly.
Yeah, just copying
10
the good
seconds
teams.
remaining.
Why not?
The good artists
5
create, the great
seconds
artists
remaining.
steal.
I do think it's somewhat uncharacteristic. We talked about them coming in, just doing something fresh, doing something to believe in. That part of it I like. I do think it's surprising in the sense of I feel historically we haven't seen EG take their carry 2-3 like this a lot. I feel like Arteezy likes to
Evil
see the draft
geniuses
develop a
turn
little
to
bit,
ban.
see his hero get to counterpick the enemy carry or counterpick a lane when he's super confident in that. And
Radiant team
he's not a
ban.
huge fan of just taking his hero blind if it's a traditional carry like this.
But Luna right now feels so strong that I feel you can first phase it and it's gonna do good. I don't think she has that many bad matches. We've seen the previous game where they had Io Slaughter and just ran at Luna completely. You couldn't do too much.
10
I guess it
seconds
was also
remaining.
the way the lane was played. But yeah, I'm looking at TB. I
5
see
seconds
Shadow Demon
remaining.
Luna. I feel TB still one of the good matchups against Luna that there is. And also Ursa. I just value these two heroes highly.
Yeah, I think TB is the one EG will definitely think about. There used to be when Spectre was played. I think that matchup can be very good for Spectre. But that hero
Evil
just doesn't seem to be in the meta
geniuses
anymore.
turn to ban.
And of course, there's the 2 spell immune guys and Lifestealer Jug, but they're also slightly out of the meta. So maybe this Luna is just a bit more robust than people are giving it credit for in terms of you're not too worried about all these matchups going down the road because Shadow Demon also helps for some of them too, right? You want to just first phase the Terrorblade when they already have a Shadow Demon and they have
That's
an off
true.
lane pick and a mid pick, and it might just be enough to overpower him in a sense. So
We have
10
the
seconds remaining.
extra range heroes, I guess. We're seeing Drow rise to prominence
5
these days.
seconds remaining.
We don't really see Sniper that often, but
we
We
should.
saw a couple.
that's what I'm saying.
I think he's very situational. You like they need to reveal of a lot of their stuff where they have like last pick carry and you protect them with being able to ban out the carries that can close the gap. Then you can probably pick it if they have the last pick, or it's a good, of course, last pick. You see a situation. We saw a couple of safe lane snipers. I believe one in Eastern Europe and one in lower division of EU West.
Yeah, the hero is a super viable carry. He was played a lot in scrims before TI. And of course, he didn't get played a lot at TI. But I think a lot of teams were trying to see if they could pick him early. And it wasn't immensely successful, but the hero's very powerful. So I think 90% of the time you're looking to very last pick that hero. So I doubt it's something we'll see TooBased pick up from the first pick position. But that hero's definitely viable.
And Razor also still lingering in the pool. That's another solution.
Yeah, I think it's hard to pick Razor into this Shadow Demon Luna type opener, and Mirana now. A lot of mobility heroes, a lot of heroes that can kite you, pierce you through the BKB with the Purge. So this Razor might just go through this draft kind of unfazed unless simply TooBased picks up some really linkable targets, so to say.
Which you did mention, the Spell Immune carries like the Lifestealer and the Jug, but they're not particularly popular. And Ursa, I know you, Lacoste, you keep talking about Ursa, and I think Ursa's good. And he just never gets picked. He gets banned really often.
He gets banned a lot of the time, especially if there's like Tide Hunter in the pool. If the carry matchup is good for Ursa, gets banned out most of the time. But
why does no one just pick it preemptively?
People are afraid. If you see like top tier teams start to pick this hero, his stonks like just go up in value for sure.
Do you think people have just been shorting Ursa on the market?
Yeah, pretty much.
Shorted him into oblivion. Corruption at the core of Dota draft meta.
I'm telling you.
Heard it here first.
The invisible hand.
Personally, I like to see that hero with the buffers. I think Io Ursa to me was the most successful.
It was.
Like I think Io Ursa is just a different beast than Ursa. But it just makes so many of these counter matchups more playable. Slaughter Ursa?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm the biggest fan. I think Slaughter PA, for example.
True.
That's something I like because I think you get the insta jump on the amp. Sometimes before they even have ability to react, the dagger's hitting with the amp. Ursa's still a hero that has to gap close. Traditionally, he wants heroes that either help him gap close or help him stick onto targets. Slaughter, sure, you're upping his damage, but I feel like a lot of times Ursa, he doesn't need more damage, and he's already killing Roche on his own.
Simply TooBased, they need to decide whether this Spirit Breaker is a position 5 or whether he's a core. They say we're going to play it as a core here, possibly on the mid lane or the off lane. I like Puck here. It looks very good. Even Storm Spirit, because probably one of these two is going to get banned out. They have no real... I like Puck more because you're playing into Spirit Breaker, so you don't care about his charge. You can always dodge it with the phase shift.
It's Abed too, so it's probably Puck or Storm. You know, no memes there for sure. This could be a 3-position Jakiro, though.
It could.
Could be.
We saw
Dota Pit.
Yeah, we saw MC play it. They lost terribly.
They had Sanking also on a mid lane, which contributed greatly to their loss.
So they probably weren't heavily inspired, but you never know. We are seeing this Jakiro a decent amount, just in terms of the 5 Jakiro.
Yeah, but I haven't been
potential
impressed
aside.
by him. I'm seeing him a lot. I don't know what he's doing.
I think...
Nah, there's too long of a pause. Like, you don't have the answer. Like, you actually don't know what you're talking about right now. I know that.
All right, I do have a good Jakiro story. I have a good Jakiro story.
I'm listening.
This is after... It was in the middle of TI7 or TI8, one of them, after I got eliminated. And I was randomly on a bus back from TI, and Kuro was on the bus. And this is one of the few conversations I've had with Kuro in person. And we were talking, and it was... after my team got knocked down to the lower bracket and then eliminated by OG, and I picked Jakiro in one of the matches. And one of the things he said is he thought Jakiro was the worst hero in Dota. Because I was asking him, like, oh, we thought we were a pretty good team. We thought we were going to do well. I was like, yeah, but you picked Jakiro and he's the worst hero in the game. I was like, well, if only I'd known that. So every time I see this hero, I think
Kuro was right.
Part of me still thinks that Kuro thinks it's the worst hero in the game. But I think he's come a decent way. So to talk about why this hero is a bit more viable.
Sure.
I think one thing is the shard. People don't think about the shard.
We have interview Kuro, Tsunami. I'm stupid most of the time. Remember.
I'll remember.
We'll ask him about Jakiro.
The funny thing is,
one time during that's like
yes, he's picked it since then.
He is the worst hero in Dota back at TI7 on the bus, but you picked the hero a week ago. Like, what changed?
Explain yourself.
Yes, much has changed. But what has changed he gets this attack range talent, he gets the shard, so now he's throwing out a lot more high impact scaling spells in terms of the late game fights. So the hero has something to kind of build into, because what did this hero build into before? You get this veil, and then it's like you try and build a more expensive item, and you can't really get to it. So there's a bit more just viability in the mid game fights. His laning also got improved a lot in terms of just how his attack animation functions in terms of his BAT, his agi gain, or his agi got increased, so he's getting more attacks in while the slows are on you. It just feels way better lane with this hero than it did back at TI7 when he was the worst hero in the game. So he's come a long way, you know.
And dual breath got buffed that like actually the fire
Like
breath
7 times.
Yeah.
It's actually a usable spell.
I know, it was so it felt like such a Warcraft 3 relic for like such a long time. And now it feels like a Dota 2 spell.
Maybe one day they'll give him a 3rd head. He'll become tri-headed dragon.
Dude, why did you just give away a...
Oh, I'm sorry. That's the next hero?
Yeah, exactly. The great confluence is Jakiro's heads.
What would be third Jakiro's head? Ice, fire, and...
Ground.
Yeah, earth.
Air.
It just blows at you.
But back on a more serious note,
4,200 gold for
more serious note. The Centaur pick, I'm liking it. I don't think they have much to really chunk through this hero.
I like puck, sorry, for both teams. I feel
Puck, you're still on the puck.
I'm still on the puck train, being able to lock down like whole easy draft. Yeah, there we go. Like he would suffer against puck because against the center, and they take the storm.
So EG banned the puck. They took the storm. Abed has no hero to play.
Oh no.
Do you just call it hero call?
Meepo.
Meepo.
Yeah.
I would walk out of the studio if they pick Meepo.
Let's do it.
One of the worst Meepo patches in a long time.
Leave your microphone on the table before you leave.
Yeah. Okay. But what is left? None of the other spirits either.
Yep.
Death Prophet.
Yeah.
I forgot about it.
We both thought of it at the same time.
But we thought of it, yeah.
But the Ob Joker.
Will all be
a signature hero. And of course, they have a great alacrity target in Luna.
It's the base.
They have great supports to back him up in terms of he can go in and set stuff up. He has Stampede to help him out a little bit. They're just really well on it. Well-rounded.
Is it based Lacoste?
Based or TooBased? I like EG's draft, but looking at the simply TooBased draft, I would say that they didn't get outdrafted. I still feel like they have a very solid draft. Let me see it one more time. Except Jakir. No. I'm taking that back. I'm not gonna go against Kuro. Yeah, I like EG.
Wow, I can't believe it was just that easy. You see one hero and you're instantly discouraged. I'm encouraged that hopefully this is going to be a competitive series. Or if you're an EG fan, you're hoping that it's a stomp. I'll give you a cast, though. It's Moxie and Purge.
I think a lot of people have their eyes on evil geniuses for this particular match here, Purge. They've been having a rough season so far, and, you know, they're hoping that they're going to be able to get a nice, clean victory. Do you think they can do that with what they've got?
And some people are hoping they'll get a clean loss as well. Not me. Some people out there, haters. I'm not a hater. Can they get this clean victory? I think they can, personally. I like their draft. I think it plays well together. We already saw Shadow Demon plus Mirana earlier today as a 5-4 pairing. When Quincy played it looked really good there. You know, still has some issues compared to like a 4 Shadow Demon. You get your items later. If you're not winning, you're going to have a tougher time being in position. But I think Centaur is a good mixture of offlaner that kind of like forces you to fight. And while EG does love playing farm heavy map, collect resources, min max like everywhere so they can collect more resources. Centaur is like one of those heroes that like is like greedy in that you collect a lot of items, but you also like at some point you got to go hoof stomp a guy, otherwise you're not doing your job. So and he can globally help his teammates too with stampedes. So I think it'll fit the EG playstyle pretty well, and they got the Mirana persona, so I mean it's like they're gonna win on the EG side.
Thank you for that very very technical.
If you're wondering what these tips are for, it's because during the draft end they went through all the ring voice lines, and Crit actually joined them, so they were like, nice man, thank you for the support. That's what that was. That was a genuine tip right there.
It was always nice to see the genuine tips. But yeah, you know, DEG, their draft is looking pretty solid. You also have the, you know, the Shadow Demon mixed with the Luna combo, right? Being able to make those extra
Oh, this is going to be a kill almost for sure.
good. Oh, Ollie.
He gets hogged.
He walks into all 5 of them. They're in perfect position. The arrow connects and drop the EMP. They just want to make sure that this is nice and tidy. So this is a nice start for Abed.
The old disruption kills on Ollie. That's going to be a
30
rough one.
seconds to
It's going to
go.
force them to TP back. No, he's fine. He's got lots of seconds left.
It was pretty early. But
I wish they would have ringed him like when they disrupted him.
well, they
That would be
probably
funny.
didn't have the taunt up at that point because
Oh,
of the
you're
fact
right.
that you have to time these perfectly, guys. They have nerfed these taunts.
That's why you can't spam them like that. Because then you lose the opportunity to use it at the perfect time.
I mean, you still have tips, right? You can still tip. You still have that as a way to let
Yeah, but
everybody know
that's,
how you
that's
feel.
more aggressive. Like ring when you're about to get arrowed from disruption. I think just
That does look
that's
pretty cool.
It's a spicy meme right there. They're just gonna leave their own bounty, and they are actually. EG's like, hell yeah, we're getting more kills. So he's gonna go get it later, legitimately. So what this word is for, they see him. This is a common thing actually with the SD Mirana combo. So if Ollie does this right, he's gonna walk in front of the creep wave as he walks in. That way, if he gets disrupted by the time the arrow hits him, he's gonna be fine. But he's actually behind it.
He's a little bit behind. Oh, Jerax already in position. They've got the arrow. They've got Nightfall here. Get the stop.
Character.
They're gonna make it very,
Nicely done.
very difficult for Ollie here.
Yeah, he's going to kill his own ward as well, knowing that that's going to be dewarded. But yeah, he has to walk like 200 units in front of his creep wave. I've seen other pro players do that before. That way, if you get disrupted, the arrow gets blocked by the actual creep wave. So a little bit of a mistake there, but ultimately, it's not going to cost Ollie that much. It's going to give more net worth to EG.
Again, EG wanting to show up here. A bit of a rough season so far, but it seems like their plan's working.
Oh, he gets the block. Okay, never mind. Accidentally moves his illusions a little bit there. But Jarek's completely out of mana. Never seen somebody get so much done with disruption early. But he's doing a great job.
He's got a couple mangoes on him too, should the need arise.
Yeah, he'll be fine. It's not like disruption is like a make or break skill at level 1.
No.
But was when you get those great stun combos.
I feel like at this point it's really to, you know, protect your Luna at the point, unless you have some sort of a rotation.
And the crazy thing as well is that this got Empyrean to the lane so late that his sentry gets placed down after the large camp was already spawned.
Oh no.
So he does block it, but it's like, that's just a sign of like them winning the lane more than they're supposed to. And Nightfall is 585 towards his Ring of Health right now. So once he gets that picked off, I don't think he's gonna have to worry too much in this lane, especially when Vanguard comes online. And
I
that's
mean,
the scary thing.
Is that a situation then where we're going to see Crit making these rotations over towards the... I mean, it's not the easiest kill, right? But you do get the detection. You can try to make moves over into that mid lane.
It's definitely something he can do, yeah. Ganking for Invoker when Storm is pre-6, absolutely. There's pretty slow.
Crit's taking a lot of damage, though, here from Empyrean.
He is. That's the value.
Port away.
Lots of HP, lots of damage, and he's got a really good nuke. So, but with the teleport away, he salves up. He'll be full. Not that bad of a loss for Crit.
Pretty quiet in most of the lanes, though. Everybody just focusing up on getting those last hits in the night. Seeing over in the mid lane, just a little bit better for the Storm Spirit currently. 12 and 4, 10 and 2 over on Invoker. It's a nice play here to see that little Nick thinking about going for the charge. Jarek's immediately just interrupting, making some illusions of the space
Radiant's
count.
courier
Oh
has been
my God.
Oh,
That was PA's courier.
weird
But
pathing.
he bought. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the perfect voice line. He bought the Ring of Health from the other side shop to be safe, but he didn't. He must have shift queued it wrong. So huge mistake. Gets his Ring of Health delayed. With that said, like he's not going to get pressured that hard by Centaur himself, but you know this could cost him if Nightfall starts getting aggressive, and he's already eaten the double edges with no regen in the bank, so that's gonna be rough in the end.
Casual arrow tossed out, gonna miss Ryoya. She goes
Nick in
grabs
trouble top.
Little Nick, the body blocks though coming out from the illusions here. They put a little bit more damage out. Should be able to find it. Another click or two should do the trick. And Jerax will kill Lil Nick.
Really nicely done. Great blocking with Jarex. It's the only reason they got that kill. When I looked up there, Nick was at about half HP, no disables left, and all of a sudden, you just right-click him until he dies. Big one.
Ollie still doing pretty all right here in this bottom lane. 21 and 2 currently for CS. Does have to be careful, like we talked about, not having that ring of health, but
Yeah.
seems to be doing all right, and I'm sure he can always request some regen from his support, who can just baby bird it to him.
Yeah, exactly. Harassment goes in, Nightfall slapping Ollie a little bit, but he gets dual breath afterwards. But the tough part is it's just still a little hard for PA to offset this harass due to not having a ring of health of her own. So Nightfall's pretty darn close to the Vanguard, just needs like 4 last hits. Almost certainly he's going to get this. And then he just can't die in this lane. PA just struggles. It's impossibly bad against Centaur in the laning stage once he gets Vanguard. So Crit's just going to go do whatever he wants. He's still messing with Empyrean a bunch, so that part's still going okay, but...
I mean, I suppose on the bright side, right, they're really keeping it over in this lane. He hasn't been able to make any rotations early, because again, pre-6 for Storm, very important if you can find the opportunity.
Yeah, but it seems like Storm can be fine. With that said, Ovid's doing great. 12 denies against him, so he's got a big level advantage.
Get a bash over onto Jerax.
Oh.
Second bash.
A third bash?
Get a third one? No, it doesn't look. Oh, there it is.
All right, look, that wasn't 3 in a row, but that was really lucky.
Oh,
Did.
dear. Oh, EG. I'm sure RTC's like, thank God it wasn't me this time.
Dude, no kidding. That Spirit Breaker is the counter to Evil Geniuses. It's been proved, guys. 3 in a row is
Nightfall.
insane, but that was also incredible.
I don't feel like Ollie feels confident enough to make that jump over onto the Centaur, but definitely getting that harass out here over in this bottom lane.
This is that danger moment for the Centaur. He's got Vanguard completed, but his raw HP is pretty low here. If he can just get back up to full, he's going to buy himself a salve. Then he can do whatever he wants in this lane, but he cannot die before that, or it's going to mess up the tempo a bit.
We are seeing this rotation, though, now coming out from Evil Geniuses. They spot Ryoya, though. Lee also getting his positional start off with that disruption. They've got the Bramble Maze down. They're going to try to stack up as much as possible. The Cursed Crown, though, will proc over onto Jerax. Lee's going to back
Radiant's
off.
middle tower is
That was a
under
big
attack.
rotation over to that lane. So Ryoya can teleport away.
Either way, forces him out of the lane. He knew the bounty rune was coming up as well, so Storm doesn't get to just keep jungling. Great pressure so far by
Structures
Jerax.
are fortified.
Coming online, man. Every match this guy plays so far at the DPC, he
Radiant's
just
middle
plays
tower
better and
is
better.
under attack.
I know there's some complaints, slight complaints about him, playing with his team. Like he's on a bit of a different field, but like so far, I think he's playing really good this game.
Radiant's middle tower is
And
under
throw out another
attack.
disruption over onto Jakiro. They have the arrow. So, despite being a fairly tanky support, this is not looking good for Empyrean, so he will eventually pop. The Storm, though, having got his 6, Ryoya going to try to get some of this damage up. Does need to be careful because it falls with a nice Bramble Maze. That Cold Snap, though, doing some work over onto Jerax, and he finishes him up.
Oh,
No,
the
he's
disarm.
disarmed. He's not going to be able to quite finish him up. He's got the Fairy Fire. Turns back around, needs a couple more clicks. He'll be able to get the kill on Jerax, and they follow up, though, on Crit. No, they can't. Abed gets the kill on Ryoya as the teleports are coming out, but they're not going to be able to go and stun Abed.
God, they all TP2. That Deafening Blast was freaking insane. Like Jerax was 100% dead from either Storm right-clicking him or the Shadow Realm hitting him. But because he got disarmed, he couldn't release the Shadow Realm, so he completely counteracted the Shadow Realm from the Willow. Look at him. Jerax looks so dead. Jumps in, about to hit him like 1-2 times top, but that disarm just buys him all this extra time and guarantees Ryoya's death.
Very nicely done.
So good by Abed. All right, back on the safe lane. Here's PA laning again. It's Nightfall. Still Nightfall's got boots. He's got a Rain Protection. He's got the Vanguard, and he's going to start building towards a hood. The standard follow-up for most Centaurs.
Radiant's
Once again, the
courier
courier
has
for
been killed.
Ollie. A little sloppily killed. This one less bad, but
He's losing his courier quite a bit here. The first one, though, just some sort of miscommunication with the shift blue.
yeah.
Okay, it's going to be an
Radiant's bottom
invis
tower
snapped
is
up
under
by
attack.
Abed.
Abed's done such a good job managing his Storm Spirit. What a huge counter. Every time he hits him like this, it's like multiple bottle charges for him to refill this. But he knows the limits. He knows how to disable. It's not easy to catch Storm with it, but he's just timing his spells perfectly.
Dire's
Really
top
well done by
tower
Abed
is
so
under
far.
attack.
I mean, the Abed Invoker
Radiant's
is
bottom tower
definitely
is
a
under
treat to
attack.
watch. Definitely up there, I think, like, along with Miracle and Invoker, too.
For sure.
Very high skill player. Makes it look fun.
Then you try it and you're like, oh, I'm not having fun.
Oh, I don't need to try it to know that I'm not going to have fun with it.
Empyrean just going to hold the safe lane. He does this most games as the 5s carry. At some point, he's going to ditch the lane or get kicked out. He's going to hold the wave against Centaur, and his hero's pretty good at this. This might be one of the reasons they feel comfortable with Jakiro in this match. But
Abed realizing that they were going to have that Jakiro all by himself is going to put a little bit of pressure down here as Nightfall starts diving underneath this tower. We'll find Empyrean. He's going to walk past him. Oh, they're a little bit off the mark. I thought that he definitely saw, but I guess the Fog of War just a little bit off the mark.
Must have misclicked his stun strike or something. That was weird. Unless he thought that he had already juked to the right or something.
That's possible.
Radiant's bottom
In which
tower
case,
is
yeah,
under
some
attack.
skill strike would have been good there.
Dire's
That's because
top
I do
tower
see people
is
juke
under
all the way to the
attack.
right there sometimes. But either way, they missed the kill, still get the tower. Not bad for them. Ollie's already pressuring the offlane tower as well. Nick here with the chip vest is absolutely going to be able to cut the creep wave here. Ollie's got to be slightly careful about a gank.
They've got multiple heroes up here, right? You've got Flea, you've got Nick, so
Radiant's middle
looks like they're going to be the
tower
ones
is
that
under
show
attack.
themselves on the map while
Dire's
PA continues to
top
farm
tower
up.
is under attack. Dire's
And there goes the top tower.
is falling.
Tyrion just going to continue to push out these waves and just keep them off the tower for now, but there's a lot of movement coming out from the side of Evil Geniuses. They're invading the jungle, they've got up some nice wards.
I mean, they're just killing the mid tower. Like, simply TooBased isn't even bothering to defend it.
Radiant
And
structures
this is usually
are
a bad
fortified.
sign. When you know that you're not going to be able to defend this tower, like, you're just going to lose map control in a big way. And we'll see very similar stuff to what Quincy does, just invading enemy side of the map. So Nightfall will tank it now with his rotation as well.
Radiant's
Easy tower
middle
kill
tower
goes to
has
Abed. That's going
fallen.
to finish him as Midas at 10 minutes and 20 seconds. And he bought
Wow.
a null talisman, a full wand, and an urn first. He is having a game.
Definitely looking good while playing, for sure.
Everyone's farmed on EG though. All 3 cores, insanely farmed.
Middle lane, gonna have a casual
Radiant's middle
tornado
tower is
EMP
under
thrown
attack.
out.
Burn him again.
We'll get a dewarding. Feels like EG
Radiant's bottom
really has
tower
this
is
game in the
under
palm of their
attack.
hand right now. They know that they're strong. They know that they can take over the side of the jungle. And they'll go for a smoke play. See
Dire's
that
top tower is under attack.
they're making their way towards their own jungle area. They're trying to figure out exactly where Simply TooBased is. We'll walk into Lil Nick first. Open up disruption, get a terrorize on top of it. Now Flea just started good, but gets immediately cold snapped here by Abed. They've got Dust. Trying to keep tabs, turning a little bit off the mark with the jump forward here from Ollie. Will ensure that they get the kill on Jerax as Lil Nick finding the Nether Strike over onto Abed. The stomp here from Nightfall. It's gonna be quite enough to finish off Lil Nick, though. It looks like it's not.
Don't exactly see a lot of Shadow Demon Invoker ganks, I gotta say. They had kill potential on some heroes. The support's certainly vulnerable. That would be one thing. Cold Snap, Earn, a Willow, or a Jakiro, you can kill those guys. But on a tanky core like Spirit Breaker is tough. Either way does still create a little space for their team. It's not terrible. They still have high net worth. Luna is still hitting creeps at full speed. Clearing the stack just now. His maxed out Glaive's Lunar Blessing, only 1 point in Lucent Beam, just an indicator of how safe he felt in his lane. He's like, I'm all farming. And from here on out, if he picks up a couple levels, translates this to some Lucent Beams and some Eclipses, then he can start to get active on the map. Because they just did such a great job really killing the tier 1 tower. So they can just kind of do whatever they want on the map.
This is such a big stack here.
Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's
Oh yeah,
middle
realizing.
tower is under
Oh, are
attack.
they gonna be able to quite? Yeah, the tornado into the arrow, the perfect angles. And that kill belongs to
Dire's
Crit.
top
That's
tower
cool.
is under attack.
He did ball laning in a straight direction from the lane, so Abed could guess the trajectory, but still barely catches him there. And a huge kill. I mean, Abed's basically controlling this game as far as I'm concerned. Like, they did a great job
that's
killing,
one
getting
way
a
to
couple
do it.
kills. I mean, he got first blood as well. That certainly could be a big
Dire's
indicator
top
that,
tower
like, oh,
is
he
under attack.
got first blood. Then he abused Storm really effectively. Constantly limited his impact in his mana pool. And that pressure is being felt on the map because Storm hasn't really done much this game offensively. Abed winning this game for EG. Doesn't want to lose the 3rd time.
Blink Dagger now picked up for Nightfall, so these initiations are about to be a lot scarier for the side of Simply TooBased. Go for a charge play over onto Jerax. He's got disruption. They're gonna go use the Stampede, chase after Lil Nick. Look at the terrorize over at the back line. The stomp here coming up from Nightfall
Dire's
will
top
ensure
tower is under
that he's not
attack.
able to charge away. And they ping out that there's a ward over there, so that's going to be dewarded very fast. They'll go for their own smoke play.
That's cool. They didn't use that many resources. Go get in there. See what they can grab. Jakiro's mid. They'll invade the tri-camp probably. Yeah, Jarex is over here. Actually, his team's not with him. That's a little weird.
The Moonlight Shadow to ensure that they can get a good jump on whoever's lurking here. Felt like they want to go for Ollie, but Ollie already realizing something's up. He's back. They do see Empyrean. And Empyrean on the flip side sees Karax as well. Jump forward again. The blink from Nightfall into the arrow. It's just so tidy. It looks so nice and easy for when EG sets it up like that.
Unsure if that's an example of them not playing together, or it's just that it's better to do it like this, where Jarex like half commits. He's smoked and could be there if he needs to, but he doesn't necessarily need to be on top of Nightfall, because Nightfall can be the setup now with Blink Stun. So he plays near Tri-Camp instead. They can get slight vision and be in position in case the other fish doesn't work, which is what happens, right? Jarex is there to set it up with the disruption that buys time for Nightfall to catch up and get the stun. So it pays off. They invade the Tri-Camp. They get some stuff done. Arteezy is now level 13 with 4 points in Lucent Beam and 1 point in Eclipse. So like he's ready to party now. And his net worth is also still just really high. Bought every small item, every small medium item. Mask Madness, Yasha, and Dragonlance, all three.
Yeah, Arteezy's having just a very free game. I think I've seen him like get involved in like one fight.
He does have 1 assist.
But but it definitely feels like they just haven't put the pressure on this Luna, which is a big scary moment for TooBased, because this is, you know, one of those heroes that has a built-in farming mechanic that's going to, you know, continue to just elevate. And eventually you're going to reach mid-game and they're going to take one fight and just going to take all your buildings.
And even worse, there's also this combo. It's not just regular Luna. It's like, oh, here's Jarex. Have a whole creep wave. Not quite instantly killed, but more than fast enough to put pressure on the tower.
Oh, yes.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
One of the nice things about playing SD with this combo, it's like, this is going to allow Jarex to just get a really fast Aether Lens, way faster than you normally get, because you don't have to spend Shadow Poisons to get these.
Dire's top tower is under
Nothing
attack.
like making your cores work for you, so to speak.
And the toughest thing for this for Simply TooBased, they have no idea that it's just a 5-position Shadow Demon still here, you know? Like, they see Luna illusions, for all they know, Luna's jungling nearby, so they can't even, like, go aggressive on Jarex right now. This is way too dangerous.
And they have no vision either. If you take a look, the map is so dark for the side of Simply TooBased.
Yep, exactly. And in the meantime, what happened was Arteezy TP'd towards the Ancient Camp. He farmed that for a while, and now he's coming back. So there was actually a big window to kill Jarex here. But when you have lack of vision, it's hard to make those decisions and to realize what's safe or not. Because if they try to kill Shadow Demon here, and there's like, you know, someone else sitting behind him, like a Centaur and a Hooker, you just die.
Chris setting up here with Abed. There was a Rioya there.
Radiant's middle tower
And he was trying to cut creep waves to pressure the tower without being in trouble, but Crit picking up that Yules makes the kill easy.
Right now, it just feels like TooBased is trying to staunch bleeding.
Radiant's
And
middle
that's
tower
never
is
the
under
position that you
attack.
want to be in.
Yeah, this is EG's comfort zone without a doubt. They're farming the entire map. They did a really good job pressuring, though. I think they did way more coordination than some of the other games. Some of the other games felt flat, where they had advantage, and then they just kind of farmed, but they didn't get like really far ahead. But we've seen a lot more rotations,
Radiant's
movement,
bottom
smoking,
tower
things like
is
that.
under
Empyrean, you've been down here for so long. Fog of War, Nightfall's gonna walk
Radiant's
right
structures
into the
are
Jakiro,
fortified.
turn around, double edge, get a Sunstrike off. Easy peasy. There's still a little bit more to come as Rioya shows up, so is Lil Nick. They're just destroying these buildings, though. They'll try to take down this Centaur. It's very tanky. Crit looking for this opening to get the Terrorize off. They're holding to place here, but they just can't seem to get enough damage off as the follow-up over onto Lil Nick. They've got plenty of clicks coming out here. The stop over the back line. Nice tornado coming out from her. They'll finish off the lead. They'll be able to finish off Lil Nick. The Zip 4, they really want this kill on Crit, but Crit, he's got the leaps. A little bit of silence being tossed out. He just cannot find the opportunities. Oh my god, Ollie shows up though. Gets the cleanup kill on Crit and Darax. And I think he's just gonna...
That feels good. No matter what happens, he's happy with that. A double kill like that, he probably got so many levels. Just, I gotta look at the... I've never looked at like post-fight recap experience change, but I gotta do it this time. Look at that, 1,800 experience he just got. That's like a level and a half for getting that double kill. That was a really good play by Ollie to pick that up.
Good positioning.
It's for you. It's the Based Police.
Just
Look at that.
zipped on in.
1, 2.
Why don't you guys just crit more? Like Ollie, come on. That was pretty good. 3 hits and he crit twice, actually.
EG now looking for yet another play. They are smoked up though. Empyrean on the high ground is going to see Crit. Open up with the Tornado EMP combo. They've got their eyes on the Storm, and he's just not having a game at all.
He was
As Crit preparing himself here, trying to find this opening, we'll get that beam off. And a couple more clicks on a period. It's just a double kill here for Arteezy. This game just feeling very, very comfortable right now for EG, despite losing those 2 supports earlier.
Yep, they move in, they control the tri-camp area. All this is going to be difficult. Flea's going to have to TP or walk a dangerous path back to get with his team, so he can't participate in the fights for another 20 seconds, and they might just start Roche for this.
There's no reason not to.
Keep back, you get a double kill. That's why you don't do it. Don't mess with Roche. Not today.
Into the arrow. These ground targeted spells are just the undoing of the Dark Willow.
Oh, they need vision on this. Okay.
They got it. They got it. Over into the Roche pit. Illusions of the illusion. That goes right through here. Can they finish off a crit though? It's not looking like it's gonna be enough. Look, Nick just evaporated.
Trying to cheese out, charge in the bot lane to come through, but he gets caught.
Was that a desperation play? Because it feels...
Maybe.
It feels like they don't know exactly how to approach here. They know that this Roche is happening, but...
It's difficult. I mean, they're going to combo on Storm.
Oh, look at this crit already in position, following up with a beautiful arrow, the Sunstrike. Derek's given a couple like off the that Orchid like he talks about. Yeah, the zip forward though coming out from trying to get back in here as Ryoya just cannot get there in time. It was a nice try, but not going to be able to do it.
A lot more mana than I thought he would have there. A little spooky. I don't know if he would have died if Mirana gets the Starstorm off, but he was able to cast Orchid and use his Essence Ring before he ends up getting stunned, so it's kind of interesting.
I mean, hats off to Ollie. Like, Ollie's having a rough game, but he's still pretty neck and neck, at least with the Suntour. He's getting closer to the Luna.
Bad sign.
It's not great, yeah, no. Derax, it's a little Nick, he wants his kill. He wants it so bad, but they're gonna handle him. It feels like the leap forward here coming up for the Mirana. They've got plenty of damage to Sculpt up coming through. On top of that, as they're doing damage over onto Ryoya, but Lil Nick eventually will fall, but not before Ryoya gets the kill on Derax.
Make my life easier.
Lil Nick does not like reading, guys. Bashes it right out of Crit's open arms.
Better retreat!
You ever punch a book before, Moxie?
Only when I get real mad at it.
That is some hot
Stupid book.
Stupid book. That's not how it's supposed to. Oh, a nice tornado gonna make it so that Flea's not going home alive. He's going home in a body bag.
Your name shall...
That spell is really satisfying. Double Edge just sounds so good.
It's almost as satisfying as
Radiant's middle
dunk.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, that's up there for sure. And Arteezy just by himself hitting the towers. That's just because, again, simply TooBased doesn't have vision. They don't know how many people are standing behind him. The answer there was 0.
It's got Nightfall.
But Arteezy knows, he does now, but 10 seconds.
10 seconds ago,
Radiant's
Nightfall was a
middle
little bit.
tower has
Those
fallen.
are those little min-max things that you get to do as carry when you're really far ahead. Feels great. 4-0-3 now in Arteezy. He's got a Lincoln Sphere finish. Doesn't want to deal with Orchid, pull, charge, any of that annoying stuff.
Is under attack.
Now, illusions of the illusion. Just look at this damage coming out now. Oof. Smoke play onto the back lines. They want to make sure that they can find the right angle if necessary. Nightfall backing up right behind Arteezy this entire time. If they try to make any sort of jumps, he's ready. It's going to be a little bit jump here. The drag back. Can they do enough damage? Oh, no, they're not quite. Oh, there it is. There's a crit coming out. So we'll be able to slay Abed. Now Arteezy, he's taken a lot of damage on the front lines. Lil Nick, though, has gone a little bit too far. He was trying to make a play, but that Lincoln's coming out. Lil Nick will pay for being aggressive onto the back lines here. As again, Arteezy still has that Aegis for another 2.5 minutes. He's gonna start cutting through these rats.
Good dodge there.
Another Bramble Maze holding him to place.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
See on the back lines, they're trying to get the jump, but Mule's coming out immediately here. Crit gets the arrow off. They need a little bit more damage to take down Ryoya, and they've got the stun, so they'll be able to find that kill. Now, Ollie, he's left all alone. He really wanted that kill on Jairus, but the stun comes out. The double edge, they'll go for the Eclipse, and they'll go right back into the base on the side of Evil Geniuses. They want Flee, and it's going to be a triple kill to get it. The hop forward here coming out from Crit. He was trying to finish off over to Pierre. The Sunstrike, not enough damage.
All right, this looks like Evil Geniuses right here.
This is what the EG fans have been waiting for.
Yes, a very decisive victory. 16k gold advantage. Absolutely pressuring their opponents. They beat him in lane, they're beating him in mid game.
Another stomp over onto Lil Nick. They have the vision. They have the
Middle barracks are
sentry.
under attack.
Phantom Assassin
Radiant's
buying
middle
back.
barracks has fallen.
Gonna have the storm up in a minute. Gonna have the Dark Willow respawning very soon too. But I just don't know how they approach this. It's just so difficult.
Chain Distilball and Invoker is one way to go, but with no Spirit Breaker Invis charge, it's gonna be harder to get him pre-BKB than before.
Stop over onto Flea, opening up here. We breath into the ice path. You're giving a couple clicks, but that is not the person that you want to be focusing right now. If you are simply TooBased. Ollie on the tree. Oh no, Ollie! The arrow. Okay, the BKB comes out. He'll survive, but that is not how you want to be using that.
I mean, yeah, that's your BKB and your buyback. So now EGB basically just gets to back up on the map, play it safe. They could keep going, but you know, pressuring tier 4 towers like this is just not worth the gamble in the slightest. They have utter map control, net worth advantage.
Other skirmish, they found Ryoya. They get the stop. He has no mana left, and he's got just a little bit of health, but not going to be enough. Abed chases down Ryoya. There's the BKB popped on Abed. He'd like to get another kill here. Throw out the Chaos Meteor. Do enough damage over to Flick. He just does enough right off the bat. What's happening? Oh my god. Like, Jerax, there's going to be the disruption coming out. A little Nick. There's a lot of damage. It's not going to be enough, though, to save him as he is going to get chased down here. Ollie also now running for his life. The GG gets called. Simply TooBased realizing that this time EG came to play.
No kidding. I mean, draft made tons of sense, right? Shadow Demon Loon was a traditional lane, but the way that they got this nice boost for their heroes by getting those quick double kills on the safe lane just really showed the difference in experience. Like, you know, if this is a TI level game, players already know they've got SD, Mirana. I'm going to avoid those, play a little differently. So they get this nice advantage for Abed. He done.
Worthy tribute.
Just slowly trying to juke here. He's gonna ego drop down a nice ward, keep tabs on any. Taking him a while here to get this kill. This is actually like ridiculous seeing the amount of time and space. He's gonna be able to get the kill on Flea. Maybe he can get the denial.
Okay. That's pretty funny. That was actually really funny. Flea throws him into the dragon, hoping like, oh, the dragons will attack him. No, they attacked Rubik instead because Rubik aggroed with the stun, I suppose. And then Jarek's got to turn that around. Ends up buying out before he dies. He's gonna fill his inventory back up, go back to the lane.
Ooh, the shards on Ollie. That's a kill for Nightfall. Jürgen is totally out of mana now. He was trying to protect, but
Does that mean he's got his item?
yeah, I would assume.
One last hit, and he's got it. All right, if Paul gets like 1 or 2 kills with this, ooh, the game's gonna be blown open in a big way. The only downside is his Astral Imprisonment is not a high enough level to guaranteed land the hammer. Only level 2.
Perhaps he wasn't expecting to be this high of a...
Yes, he's like doing so well that it's a punish. All right, here it comes. Can get the banish. Oh, he should have just gotten him there.
It feels like he's like, wait, oh, yeah, okay, all right, here we go. Follow up, Meteor Hammer, crit with the tag team, the shards. Good impale over on 2, but it's not enough. And this is where things start to get very, very scary now for Simply TooBased.
They could have communicated better there. Ollie definitely could have Lucent beamed the channel if he wanted to. I just don't think they noticed. He didn't even do Spike Carapace against it either. So TooBased just a little bit caught off guard there.
Nice taunt back here over onto Ryoya. But does have these astral steps. He's got Jarex though, making his own rotation. Man, this is a very active ogre, and I love to see it.
Yeah, just by standing mid, he just helps upset the balance, right? Throw ignites on Queen of Pain.
Oh, look at this crit too, making his way over. He wanted that double damage, but can't be there with crit and Obet in position already.
It's like the worst feeling. Like you're already losing the lane, and then they double rotate their supports like clockwork like this. So difficult.
Just having an ogre just constantly poking away at you. Making his way over here. They get the ignite off, the taunt, the step. Ryoya.
Great.
These are great voice lines.
They really are. That voice, I legit was playing XLab last night, and I was like, dude, this voice actor is so good. He's so good at his job. All right, Meteor Hammer continuing on the top lane to push things out. Nightfall, most last hits in the game at 45 with 10 denies. The Luna, 22 last hits right now, and Jarex is still there.
How is Jarex allowed to do this? Like, this is your position 5 here on EG, and he's just wandering in constantly. I mean, on the flip side of this, right, RTZ is sitting a little bit low, so Flea's going to continue to harass him. Just have a couple of these one charges. Just have to be careful. He's got that extra regen underneath the tower, though.
Nicely done.
And that's a kill on Ollie.
This is the value that Jarex is bringing here. He's a very slow, tanky bot, but he's giving vision and helping. Like, you're just thinking, like, it's a level 3 ogre. What's the big deal? But eventually, his core will choose to rotate. And if you can't get out in time, you're dead. It's absolutely oppressive play so far by EG. Is that a spot of Nyx Assassin? It could not. But Nightfall will hammer the way, keep pushing it up here. Top tower is almost dead, with almost no resources.
Well, they don't quite have the vision on Empyrean here. They don't realize he's here, so they'll take the tower. They had a moment though. Nightfall turned back around, did spot Empyrean. It's gonna go a little bit deeper, the impale. It's gonna teleport away.
All right.
It was like the slightest little glimpse of him over there.
He went to the obvious juke spot, which Nightfall said there's no way he'll go to the obvious juke spot, and it ends up working out. It's a good strategy sometimes. I was a little surprised he looked for him anyways, but his hammer was off cooldown. Either way, Nightfall does not care that much. He's still very far ahead in this match, and
Yes,
the enemy jungle is there. So, I mean, they've already been scouting it with Ogre. They've got a ward down as well. Imperium can't even hit the creep wave because Nightfall is just going to sit here. So this lane did not go well for Simply TooBased. Their net worth still looks all right now, but once they take the mid tower, EG is just going to pressure everywhere.
They do have a nice ward. They spotted out Jerax being in this middle lane, but that's about all they can really do without making a big rotation with the way that EG is playing currently.
Look at these sentry wards on the mid lane as well. He put one on the cliff, didn't find it, then put one down, and there's already one to the right. So it's like basically the only 3 places that Simply TooBased is likely to ward are covered by these sentries, which just makes it so much harder for them to even defend this because they're like, we can't see them coming.
Look at Jerax. He's just like, I'm gonna put my body here. I'm gonna block this camp.
I mean, that's a safe place to farm, certainly for Simply TooBased. With that said, there's a lot of beautiful stacks up on the dire triangle. So if Lil Nick or Luna can do these together, that would be a nice thing. Or EG, if they can somehow get in here and invade, it would be incredible.
They've got to protect those stacks. That Luna would love to have them.
And
Look at Jerax. He's wandering over there. Courier doesn't quite spot him.
Okay, it looks like instead he just wants the experience. He expects he's to be cleared soon. So knowing the ward is here, that he thinks the timing will come. Yeah, Luna's actually moving over. Her HP's a little low though.
She needs to be very careful that Jerax doesn't just go, surprise, pop out. And
he sees her, and that's important. He's in position now. They just need one more person to rotate.
Ward.
And here comes Abed.
They know that they're taking these stacks. They do approach. They have the ward over on the cliff side. Jerax, though, gonna throw out the ignite, slow down Ollie. Not gonna be able to quite land the remnant here as Lil Nick makes his way over. They want to punish Jerax. Jerax's hoping that he gets 9. No, he's not gonna be able to get it.
Welcome to the abyssal.
Look at the rotation that they just made to protect Ollie.
I'm a little surprised that Abed didn't go for that. He would have had to use 2 astral steps to get there at least.
What was it gonna get in time?
Maybe would have missed the damage, maybe dies on the way out, but this is just safer, I guess. Let Ogre die, he gets some of the experience, and they'll still pressure the tower. It would have been pretty deep, certainly. It's not worth it just to kill a guy that's already behind, you know, because if you mess up, Abed, level 9 hero, gives experience to the Luna.
Right. Well, next courier, though.
He messed up this time.
They don't have the detection.
Trying to reveal if they have vision or not with the old high 5, the old mitten 5. Is it a mitten or is that Aghanim? That was Aghanim.
I think it's a mitten, a sock puppet of Aghanim.
You're gonna high 5 towers now? What?
Yeah. If you don't have any friends, at least the towers will high 5 you.
That's good.
You high 5 at a lot of towers.
I am now, as soon as I get home.
Man, these high 5s though, I'm feeling like they got some inspiration from a certain Mr. Midas.
You think so? Huh?
That's sometimes, yeah, you know. Obviously, much better quality than the denial over on the mid tower. They don't want to give this up for free, but Nightfall already in position, waits patiently. Meteor Hammer off here, over onto Lil Nick. The bomb tag team, the shards will punch everything. Snowball will stun in place. And that's just the threat of a Tide Hunter that's no longer there anymore.
That took a lot, though. That was Meteor Hammer. That was all of like Void Spirit's abilities, basically. He's not easy here to kill when he's got the hood.
But he's the biggest like threat I'd feel on the map right now.
Certainly, yeah. But that's more
like
just like a kill pick-off thing.
Okay.
Like he's gonna be respawned soon. They lose a little bit of opportunity, but it's more about like changing the snowball effect. Like they get golden experience. Creates space for Dusa, I guess. Taking that off the map is kind of nice. Nice double stack here, triple stack by Crit on the enemy side of the map. He's been here so often, he's like, screw it, this is our place now.
You might as well.
And it's a cool tag team anyway, so it's a cool way to clear it. Accelerate RTZ.
Is that an item that gives the little shards with the split shot on Dusa?
I
think it's based on the battle pass, because I saw the Mirana last Crit also had it as a ranged hero.
It almost looks like bubbles.
It does look like ice or something. I thought it was the persona at first, but it was not, because he's got it too. It's like one of those, hey, you're rich. Oh, here's this cool effect.
Jerax finally getting punished by 3 heroes for being in the jungle. Bottom lane though, they're trying to make a play over onto Rioya. They've got the snowball. The shards coming into play. The step 4 from Abed. And there's gonna be the clicks down. This is not looking good for the Queen of Pain.
She almost boiled over with rage, but she held it in. There's a baboon butt in the air. I just saw it.
I like that that's what you like zero in on
First time
every
I've
time.
seen that courier so many times. It's the first time I saw it, but just staring right at me. Good escape by Crit. Just, just peeping on his opponents, making them unsettled.
This is so hard right now because, like, he has these beautiful stacks that were created for him, and he was managing to take them, but his net worth is just so low comparatively still.
Like, the fact that OD has more net worth than anybody, like, blows my mind. But this is like the thing that Nightfall's been doing incredibly well, literally the whole DPC. Is that he goes into offlane, he either does well or wins it, and then he just like stays on top net worth the whole time because he's a carry player. He's already practiced at like being absolutely max efficient level with dying a few times. So in these games where EG's ahead, this looks really good.
You get a smoke play coming out from both teams. There's a Blink Dagger that just got finished here for Nightfall. It's going to be delivered soon. Not quite there yet. But looks like they tried to make a play over onto Crit. It's not going to be able to get their hands on them. Not yet.
So this game reminds me a little bit more of EG.
Oh, Ryoya.
So far.
Big fire blast. A good taunt. They've got the wall punch. They did a little bit more damage. They're going to be able to lock them into place. Imperium now cut off from the rest of the team. No matter left over here on Crit. They'll move forward slowly. Jared's trying to consider, do I go back in here?
With that said, though, they are doing a lot better at the pressure than they were in the previous game, and they like really stomped the offlane. So I think this kind of like spread and split and control the map thing is a lot more reasonable. Little initiation on OD mid lane though, but he gets the blink off after. Little mistake by Flea there. Lifted him, but he did not use Fade Bolt. Stole a spell instead. So after he landed, he gets the blink off. Could have been a kill potentially on him. And now they're moving towards RTZ top. Looks like everyone's teleporting. They're recognizing this. They're reading the map. Smoke is used though.
Empyrean drops the ward. It's got the Spike Carapace though, so.
Okay, guess that was
back off.
That was a gank on Luna, not necessarily a defend RTZ move.
They go for their own smoke play here on the side of Simply TooBased. You know, the OD over the mid lane, but the rest of the team seems a bit scary here as Crit does wander by. Leaf has that reveal. Just feels like they don't know what to do right now. They want to make a play, but they can't quite find this angle.
It's hard. They don't have good perfect vision. Their opponents haven't been playing around the tower. They've got Blink Ravage, so hypothetically they could have started that fight, but without vision it's too dangerous to walk high ground. You could just blink it something bad and get crushed. So they're just gonna have to lose that opportunity, spread on the map. They're still close to net worth. Only 2k behind despite how badly they lost the laning stage. But Lil Nick farming great. Highest net worth on his team.
Just feels like he hasn't seen the opportunities though to really make use of all this like space that he's had, and he's very tanky. It does take a lot to kill him. Get to see like a really large team fight from the side of TooBased.
Yeah, but at least they're close in net worth. So this is the part where like EG seemingly has floundering a bit lately, where it seems like they're farming too much. With that said though, they are playing Radiant side. It's more common to farm here.
Blink forward here from Nightfall and Meter Hammer. Should be able to stun Ryoya in place. Oh, it's a big multicast. That will be able to help clean up the Queen of Pain.
Almost like frame perfect Vanish Hammer. Really nicely done there. And lots of damage afterwards. Derek's had to be there to get that kill as well, so they're playing great together.
A little bit of a
Good
war.
deny. I love doing that, dude.
Derek's is a big tanky boy though, so I'll give him a couple slaps, but EG following up here. Abed looking for the opening. We'll drag back over onto the next assassin. Feels like they're not entirely sure they want to take this fight though on the side of EG, but they're gonna back off. They're gonna see maybe do a little bit of a wrapping play.
I think what's happening basically is just EG knows that they're going to be doing totally fine late game. Like they have a Dusa who's going to match up well against Luna. She outranges her. She's going to buy Scotty at approximately equal time, but it's easier for Dusa to utilize it. Dusa is really difficult to kill, so in a 1v1 fight to the death, Dusa is basically more, maybe not a 1v1, but in a team fight situation, Dusa's going to feel more effective. She doesn't have to worry about like the other burst damage from Simply TooBased. The manager and scary, of course, but I think EG is just confident as the game continues. So they're just being careful. Poking here and there. As Void Spirit gets Ags, this can be a lot easier for him to fight as well. He can jump on Rubik or Nyx very easily and solo kill them.
For the hunt for Ryoya. Abed setting up here with the Yule. Get that remnant down and a big hit from Crit. Man, Ryoya has not had a game. I don't think I've seen a single Sonic Wave.
He's 0-6-0 right now, actually.
He is just having a very bad time in this game.
Yeah, 6 of his team's 10 deaths. That's really something else. But he's been punished so much. They keep going after him. He's the one guy that they keep catching.
I mean, he's the one who has to play a bit more risky, right? Because he's the one that's got the escape, but feels like EG is anticipating a lot of his moves and they're just showing, but it's often it's just Nightfall and Crit together. Feels like. Some bit of a steal here coming out from the Rubik, but the drag back, look at this, Crit already in position. They're gonna try to punish Lil Nick here. They do a lot of damage to fall with the damage to get the kill on Crit. That's the team now. Stud trying to find the opening though. Like, Lil Nick, he's very, very tanky. They're gonna go for the medium hammer combo again. We'll be able to land a couple clicks here coming out from Arteezy, and the Mystic Snake is gonna be quite enough. That's gonna be a kill for Arteezy.
Nice cleanup. Ravage felt a little goofy there. It looked great because they hit a lot of heroes, but it killed Crit. Crit was probably killable regardless. But yeah, only getting one hero out of it. I mean, you are losing, so you got like 250 gold from it. But hey, if nothing happens, it's not that big of a deal. Roche is already over, right? So it's not like you want to fight them anyways at a tier 2 tower.
Look at Nightfall just hunting. He's literally just hunting Ryoya every single time he shows up.
Yeah. The 3 points in Astral that he has. He's been prioritizing Essence Flux, misses a stun there. But ultimately just would have pressured Quap a little.
Still hanging out in the area. Ooh. Doesn't quite manage to find it.
Dire's top tower
Bow for Deuce now. That's going to be really nice. Extra attack range.
This Deuce is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. They have not dealt with her.
I just don't think they can. They kind of need like Nyx to be there to mana drain, and they need like Luna +1 as well. She needs so much physical damage to pick her off.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Disassemble over on Ollie to get the BKB.
Top tier 2, possibly dead. We'll see if we see a glyph here, but I don't know if they want to commit it. They're gonna do the safe thing, put the sentry down in case Nyx is setting up.
You really want this kill on Ryoya. Nightfall has been waiting for that for the last couple minutes. Teleports away from this tower just so he can do. He's like, finish it after.
It's actually incredible how quickly they react to these opportunities. It's like one guy gets a grab and just all of a sudden there's like 2 EG heroes there and they kill him again. It's so hard to play his hero this game. I mean, killing Luna would be ideal, right? But Luna keeps farming in the safer places. Quap is the person that keeps farming the dangerous parts of the map, and they just keep punishing her. That's basically the story of this game. That's one of the reasons Ryoya's died so much.
Flea was trying to go for that swap over here on the outpost. They dropped the stand and use Eclipse on him as Ollie now runs away. Crit finding him over here in the tree line. Does have the Eclipse if necessary. Throw out a Lucent Beam. Step forward here from Abed. Nightfall's here, and just every time that any of these the TooBased heroes show up on the map, feels like they're instantly punished.
Yeah, that's the worst guy to find when you're playing Luna like that position. Arteezy gets pressured a little bit, but he's just gonna ulti and run. A little bit of a moment of disengage there for EG, but they're still absolutely controlling the map.
Yeah, we've got a full Aghanim Scepter completed out for the Outworld Devourer.
That's a good one.
That is indeed a good one. And he's found himself a little Nick. Doesn't have the Meteor Hammer this time around, so gonna have to rely on Crit to throw out some of these slows to keep him in place.
That was actually close. If Nick had pressed Hood of Defiance before he got banished, he could have blinked. Because it would have barrier blocked him. He pressed it right after, but he must have taken the damage and was unable to blink.
Derax just casually fighting with Ryoya. The rest of the team is coming in though, so he's got to be careful. Ignite, the follow-up though here from Abed. Flea's gonna have to get the lift off. Toss back immediately. The step forward though. Chasing after Flea. It's like Nightfall is the one who's gonna be chasing after him, but Piran will fall, Flea will fall, and Ryoya just prays that they don't take a look in this tree line.
I just feel like they haven't been able to get value out of the Rubik. Like, if you're able to steal Banish, it's excellent, obviously, because you can save your allies rapidly, but there just hasn't been, like, too many back and forth fights, basically. Like, simply TooBased needs to be, like, in a decent fighting position, like, close to net worth, and good in positioning, where that hero would provide value. But I feel like against a team that's better than you on paper, maybe that's a little bit too dangerous to pick. That's a dead courier.
Oh, yes, it is. That tower collapse.
Best kick they've gotten off in 10 minutes.
That's very savage there. Stone Gaze coming out from Arteezy. They're just going to back off for now. They know they don't have to take this just yet. How much time do we have left over here on the Aegis? We've got like 20-something seconds. Maybe perhaps trying to ensure that they don't get baited in here. But they have the Fire Shield over on, I'd say Fire Shield Shard That is a difficult thing to say fast.
Fire shield, it is hard.
Yeah, right?
When you said it, I was like, normally I'm like, oh, I can do that. That time I was spooked. I didn't
Yeah,
think I was
no, it definitely was a moment where I was like,
Level 4 ignites stolen by Rubik. Is this going to change the game? No. But it's cool.
He just gets reclaimed while this is going on. We're trying desperately to just continue to push out. Snowball, though, hot on his heels. Abed, the follow-up. The gang squad is here to murder Ryoya yet again. This poor Queen of Pain. And again, Ryoya, a good Queen of Pain player, but just has not had any moments of breathing in this game at all. I think he's like 0-8 now.
Good to be this good.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And look at this. They can just siege this tower.
Yeah.
There's nothing TooBased can do about it.
Cleans up. Takes the tower.
Dyer's middle
Simply
tower
TooBased.
has
Just
fallen.
they only had 3 heroes here at the start of this, and they just knew they couldn't fight it.
Radiant's bottom
How do you fight
tower
into
is
Duce
under
here with
attack.
this much HP?
Dyer's
Got
middle
the fire
barracks
shield.
are under
There's an
attack.
ogre here. Definitely can't fight into that.
It's a very powerful ogre. We've talked about this.
Jerix has actually played ogre like magnificent this game. Like he's made the ogre look good, and it's literally just because of game sense and knowing where he needs to be annoying. Like I'm actually really impressed how he's been playing. Great
Yeah, I would love to see, you know, the breakdown of just the way that he's moving around the map, because he definitely understands how to use his body, so to speak, with the ogre, right?
His felt body. Is that right? Is that the right?
Felt?
Adverb? I don't know.
Felt means that you are very skinny.
Yep, that's what I meant.
Yep. He's a little beachy boy. Beach body ogre. Denying his own sentry ward over here.
That's funny. It's like, we need my Medusa to farm their side of the map. Must D-ward.
Radiant are scanning.
Ollie, though, to give him credit, is finding the farm. He is managing to now dive around. Try not to show on the way, but he has got to be careful because they are definitely hunting him.
He's just going to stay hidden. Abed hopefully leaves. He cuts the creep wave. He can't kill this one, certainly, but maybe the next one after he'll kill.
To our advantage.
He'll just stay put for a moment.
Nice. Oh, crit with the blink away. Gonna get the lift off, though. Should be able to... Are they gonna... Yeah, they're looking to re-engage it with that snowball. Abed waiting patiently. A sonic wave.
Dyer's
Not gonna do much of
under attack.
anything.
Well, they do get a kill. That's going to put Ryoya on the board with 1 assist, at least.
I mean, desperately needed, but
Yeah.
definitely underwhelming.
They have undercut EG with this kill, at least, because now they can control this area, and all they can actually pressure the tower. That means that this last creep wave and a half here that EG has is their last creep wave down bottom. So they're just going to cut creep waves based on this position. And yeah, they'll probably still lose their tier 2 here, but once they glyph it, they could hypothetically go.
I feel like EG doesn't really seem to care, though.
Dyer's bottom tower
Yeah, by all
has
means.
fallen.
TooBased could hit the
Dyer's
tier 1
middle
power,
tower
but
is under
they're
attack.
just, they've been reacting to EG teleporting in and setting up fights so many times.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of replay. It's them going for this kill. You're going to see the quap ulti come out. It looks rough, but it actually does catch him as the snowball lands. So it gives him the assist, and then EG knows, it's fine, we'll just go push your towers instead.
There's a kill on Empyrean here. Bloodlust been helping out quite a bit. Crit using that snowball. We'll use the Walrus Punch over onto Ryoya. They get the lift off. Just to try to protect, but Flea, he's just a little bit too slow. He's a little bit too poor. He doesn't have those items that are going to ensure that he can escape. So that is another kill going the way of Evil Geniuses. Body, satanic, everything a growing Medusa needs. And look at this, RT just walks right into the base. He's got no fear.
No damage effectively. Loses a little bit of mana, who cares? Creep wave was just in mid, so they can hit this tower for another 10 or 15 seconds. Next creep wave will be close enough anyway, so yeah, 2 Rex here without a true fight, and there's the glyph finally being used.
Fire shield applied now to Arteezy. We'll back out for now. Empyrean trying to keep tabs over here. Keep the cancel up.
Does it work?
He's gonna reveal himself.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Good start.
It's a good start indeed, but Arteezy just doesn't seem to mind too much. Let's turn right back around again. Here, we'll pay for this. There's a BKB coming out from Luna, but they just aren't able to get in there fast enough. All right, doing some decent damage, but again, oh no, the Ravage not going to work with a great Astro Prison. Ollie will fall. Little is gonna get caught down, and TooBased, they've had enough. They're gonna tap out.
Oh, Lil Nick for some reason, didn't use his PPD voice line in that exact moment. Not sure why, but EG, what an absolute dominant game. Just completely, they're back on target. That's what it looks like. Of course, simply TooBased is, I believe, the one team in NA Div 1 that hasn't won a match yet, but EG looked really solid here. I think they're playing, they're creating base. I think the way that Jerix is playing is excellent. I think all their players have been playing really good here. So I'm good to see them back on track.
EG fans are going to rejoice for sure because they did look a little rough, but typically, you know, when they start off a fresh season, when you have a fresh new roster, it does take a little bit of time, right, to get comfortable with one another and figure out what your game plan is. And I would say today, EG, they knew exactly what they wanted to do and they executed it absolutely beautifully. But we're going to go and set